Hi friends and welcome. Today we are here to watch Angel Season 2 Episode 20 called Over the Rainbow, but most importantly, we need to talk about Fred, and I'm so excited. I think it's a fair assumption to make that my videos are going to start becoming more spoilery when it comes to Angel, of course. In case you're new to my channel, I feel like probably everybody who watches me already knows this, but I watched seasons 3 to 5 of Angel, and then I went in and watched Buffy. If you're wondering, Domi, why? There is one answer for you. Amy Acker. Anyways, we are here to talk about Fred. This is a Fred episode. Anybody who doesn't like Fred, literally get the fuck out. I'm so sorry. That's a bit harsh. But you know what? I mean it, so I'm just gonna stick with it. I do want to preface this by saying that I may have watched Angel, but if you know me, you know that I did not watch Angel. I guess I was kind of focused on Fred, so I think mostly the storylines that I remember are probably Fred related. You guys are gonna hate me so much for saying this, but it's okay because I hate myself too, and I apologize in advance. Please don't come yelling at me. But I know that I was a little bit distracted watching this show. This is fully on me for starting the show in the season 2 finale and thinking that I was going to understand what was happening. I obviously didn't, and so I think that so much of the show went over my head because I had no idea what I was watching. I do think that there were quite a couple of moments where I caught myself just on my phone, totally not paying attention, so I do know that this is going to be an interesting experience. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with the whole idea of spoilers. And I don't know if I should just literally come here in one of my videos and just do a full-on list of everything I remember. Or if we should just sort of wing it and we'll see how it goes. I think if I do try and sit down and remember spoilers, I think more things might come to me than if it just comes naturally. So honestly, I'm kind of winging it. I'm not sure how this is going to work out. It's Fred, okay? She's here. Oh my god. The timing of this was actually so freaking amazing because my, channel anniversary was, just a few days ago. Fred came right in, the week where I was celebrating 2 years of my channel. This means that she waited a whole 2 freaking years to appear, and it has been, I would say how many days, but I don't want to do math. It has been so long waiting for her because it's something that I knew was going to happen, and it's just so exciting that after 2 years I finally reached my Buffy origin story. I'm really genuinely so excited. I mean, I know that this is going to mean that my Angel videos are going to definitely start being a little bit different than the Buffy ones, but at this point I don't care. I don't care. I'm just so excited to see Fred. I really hope that she gets a little bit more than 1 second of screen time this episode. I don't know if she will. If I knew how much I was going to love this show, I would have definitely paid more attention. So if anybody ever thought of starting Angel from season 3, as much as I love Amy Acker, my recommendation would be don't. Start with Buffy and then make your way to Angel from season 1. I think it makes more sense. For some reason, the writers wrote it that way, a chronological order, and for some reason that actually works. I think I kind of know the premise of this episode. They're gonna go and save Cordelia, which I'm so excited because I'm just so excited to have Cordelia and Fred interact. I think I just shrieked. I think that the things I'm excited about is to see how the squad is going to cope with not having Cordy there right now. She's such a fundamental part of them that it's going to be interesting to have to see them do a case without her, and in which the stakes are so high too, because it's not like somebody is contracting them for something. It's something that they really care about. Yeah. I hate even saying it, but doesn't it feel a little bit like Buffy and how they're probably gonna have to go rescue her from death or whatever? But anyways, I don't really think Fred is going to be very present this episode. I don't think we're going to be focusing too much on that dynamic, but it is going to be interesting to see how she's going to be presented and how the characters are going to relate to her or not, I guess. And then just also excited to see Lauren be a bigger part of the story and having to face his fears, I want to say, and having to go back to his homeland. So I'm excited, and I think we should just head into it. I thank you all so much for watching this with me, and I think we should go ahead and start Angel and see Fred. Fred, please be here. Now I'm really worried that she's not even gonna show up this episode, but I feel like she probably has to, right? They wouldn't skip her for an episode. They wouldn't do that to me. I think we're fine. I think we're gonna see Fred. Okay.
Angel? Wesley! Help!
Right. Ah, sweetie.
hairy hellbeast.
That is literally Oz.
Yes. You're gonna stay right there.
Oh, it's an ugly one! Bro! I feel like I thought they were gonna be friendlier.
Screw logic. We're getting Cordy back.
Angel!
Crickland said we might never be able to get back.
I don't know.
It's Cordy.
He doesn't even care!
Krivlipler, please. Chickenlet, Licklinson, Pluckinson, Fliffenslits.
I don't think he's saying that right.
What is it, out of batteries? Is this thing out of batteries? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just got her back.
There's obviously not going to be any big swirly hole jumping without a big swirly hole. So I suggest we return to the hotel, figure out a way to make one.
You know, maybe it's best that you can't get in. You don't want to jump into my world looking like that.
Like what?
Like a human.
Okay. Oh no, wait!
Oh my god!
I'm not supposed to die like this. No.
Oh my god!
Oh, thank God.
Is that a pet?
Come here.
What? He jumps like a frog!
Yeah.
Oh, you're like Hindu, right? You don't eat the cows, right?
Kind of a chatty cow.
How'd you get from your world to here?
Through a portal.
How did you open that portal?
I didn't.
Oh,
You're not helping me here.
he didn't.
Look, it's no secret that I hate Pylea,
Parlia.
my home dimension. Back when I lived there, I would have done anything to get out. When suddenly, right in front of me, out of nowhere, a portal appears. It was like my prayers had finally been answered.
But then, who opened the portal?
Gift horse?
So where did you end up in this dimension?
In an abandoned building, unlike any building I'd ever seen. And that's when I realized I'd been delivered from hell. I created Caritas in that very spot.
Aww.
They have no music there. It doesn't exist. Do you know what that's like? All my life I thought I was crazy, that I had ghosts in my head or something, simply because I could hear music. And of course I didn't know it was music. All I knew was that it was something beautiful and right. And I was the only one who could hear it. Then I wound up here and heard Aretha for the first time. Well,
Natural gateways between worlds. I'm guessing Caritas is one such spot. But the catch is...
Oh, gotta have one of those.
Don't even say that.
She really is alone.
Hey,
Gunn, where have you been? We spoke hours ago.
sorry.
Let me bring him up to date.
Yeah, we got
Oh.
two problems. One, we gotta find a dimensional hotspot, and two, we gotta figure out how we can all get through the portal without...
I'm not going. Last night, I lost one of my crew. I should have been there, but I'm sorry, but Wes said the trip was one way, and I can't.
tough decision. Poor kid. But I'm right there with him. No, I mean about the not going part. You do know I'm not going, right?
What? But it's your world. We need a guide.
Remember when I said I love this dimension and I'm never, never, never gonna leave? Well, exactly which never did you not understand?
Oh, wait. It's coming back to me. She's gonna see Fred, right? Fred, I'm sensing you. I feel you. Oh, that's no. What? That's horrible.
Skinny. Ugly, too. One pig.
Excuse me?
2 pigs.
Hey! Okay, look. First of all, I'm a human being, not a cow. You can't just barter a human being. I am an American, and I have rights. And right now, I'd like to get right back to... Ah! That hurt!
Cows aren't for talking, they're for doing their jobs if they know what's good for them.
What the fuck? Ah! Oh my god! Die! Okay.
So, what brings you to the office?
Like you don't already know.
Oh, I know. I just want to see what kind of spin you're gonna put on it.
So can you help me pin down a hot spot?
No.
Ma'am.
I'm getting all these ugly conflict vibes coming off you, Lauren. And they're all pointed at that portal.
What powers does she have?
I'd rather sit through a junior high school production of Cats. You see where I'm going with this?
Not Pylea.
Exactamundo.
Huh? That's too bad, then. Now they'll never rescue the girl.
Come again?
How does she know?
You've got to go with them. It's the only way you'll ever resolve all these issues that are clouding up your aura. I can see it. Deep down, you've always known you'd have to take that one last trip back home.
It's the last that scares me.
Well, sometimes the journey is taken simply because it must be taken.
Oh my god! That's a really good point, and I really like this character.
Well, there's no telling what could have happened by now. What do you want?
Angel, good afternoon. I'm Gavin Park. This is my associate, Mr. Hayes. We represent Wolfram and...
Already bored.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but your lease expires in 6 months, and Wolfram and Hart is interested in purchasing this building.
You gotta be kidding me.
Of course they are.
We'd like to take a walk around the place if you don't mind.
You think I mind?
I want to read the latest issue of Marie Claire. I want to be doing anything but shoveling demon horse poop.
Oh my god, that's Animal.
Gotta be a way to get this thing.
That Animal
Don't
is
do that.
freaking me out.
What do you want?
I forget. It's not important, but if you take the collar off, bad things will happen to your head. Like, it'll implode. So don't take the collar off, okay? Because I can't talk to you if you don't have a head, okay? Okay.
Okay!
I was born here. I mean, not really. I just... sometimes I think I was. I mean, I don't think it with my thoughts. I forget certain words. How'd you get here?
That's so sad.
How do I get out of here? Oh, I forgot. Laughing. I have friends back in LA. They're gonna come rescue me anytime now. I tried to get back. I didn't have the math, which is strange. A portal? Yeah. Where was it?
Fugitive!
Oh no!
Oh, finally, the green people. They're hurting Cordelia and Fred in one scene. Stop! I don't like these people.
A disabled collar. Clever little cow. You should have stayed in the woods.
Wait!
Face down!
If these people hurt either of them right now, I am not going to be pleased.
It's 11:16. Corey's been gone for almost 24 hours now.
Who is he sending this to? Because I swear if it's Buffy.
Stand up straight, Kyle. That milk's worth more than you are.
What? She can still have visions? Even when she's there? That's not fair. That's too much for her.
Isn't anyone gonna ask if I'm okay?
Curse! My cow is cursed!
No, wait. It's not a curse.
Is this the Paramount lot?
Isn't this a movie studio?
Makes a certain kind of sense, no?
You get the book?
Good. Last thing I want to do is be stuck on the other side waiting for a mystical locksmith.
I suppose we should probably begin.
Okay.
With the time factor, I'm under a great deal of pressure.
Suck it up, English.
Come.
Got a phone message.
Aw.
Sounded like the captain of the Titanic getting ready to go down with the ship.
I just thought that someone on this side should know the details.
Terrific idea. Well, now that he's going, I suppose someone should stay here. Mind the store. Don't worry, I'm not disappointed. Just get me something nice. Shut up.
Honestly, they should have somebody, like, Angel, you gotta redo that message for somebody else, though. Somebody should know all the like, call Buffy is what I'm trying to say.
Now say goodbye.
Oh, fuck! Oh, Lord's gonna flip out.
Son, the daylight, quick, somebody have your blanket, blanket. I'm gonna catch on fire. Hand me a blanket. I'm gonna catch on fire.
Sir, you're not catching on fire. But also, how?
Why am I not on fire?
That's suns.
Plural.
Suns, yes.
Oh.
Perhaps they don't have the same effect on vampires.
Hey, watch it. Okay. Hey.
Fascinating.
Did y'all see the street do that bendy thing?
Let's start gathering some branches, some brush, anything that'll cover up the car. Oh, hey, look. There's some over in that patch of sun. I'll get them.
You look so happy.
Hey, I'll give it to you. Trip into an alternate universe, pretty damn cool.
I didn't make it happen. I just saw it.
Before it had come to pass.
Exactly.
It is the curse!
No, no curse, just visions.
Enough. We must discover beyond all doubt if this girl is cursed with the sight.
What the fuck?
We will commence the test. Bring forth the instruments. Now we shall see if you are truly cursed, my child. I pray you are not.
Please, please, I'll keep them to myself. No! No! No!
Don't forget the book. I just don't think that's funny.
I wasn't trying to... What?
Wesley, I don't have the book.
What?
You had the book.
I don't have the book.
Who had the book?
Wesley?
Angel. No,
No,
I
I didn't. Did we look in the car? There's nothing there. I checked it before we started hiding it to make sure we didn't leave anything.
Oh, like say the book! Hold on. Perhaps its only function is to open portals to Pylea, in which case it would be useless in Pylea, and therefore it only exists in our own dimension.
Oops.
You know, ordinarily I handle bad news really well. I just drown my sorrows in an ice-cold gin and tonic, except for they don't have them here.
You guys, we'll figure out another way to get back. We will. But right now, we gotta find Cordelia.
It is the unanimous decision of the Covenant that the girl is afflicted. She carries the curse of the sight.
What? Ah! Traitor! Deserter! Betrayer! Ah! Traitor! We should run now! Look! Traitor! Traitor! Stop them!
Nice.
I think we're winning! You are to be detained in the dungeon until our Royal Highness passes sentence upon you.
Guessing community service is out.
Oh! Wow.
Measures must be taken. Blood must be spilled.
Buffyverse, don't you dare talk about spilling blood right now. Don't do it.
Well, I ain't saying it's not wrist slapping.
No, shut up. I can hear two men talking in the hall. Talking about a girl with visions.
Cordy.
A covenant, a curse. Something about testing the girl for sight. I said she screamed.
Out, prisoners!
I love that they're like, he's wearing a bucket, a metal bucket in his head. I respect it.
Silence! Rev Longsloth of the Deathwalk clan, you and the cow trash are not to speak. The day of judgment has arrived. Approach. The venerable monarch of Pylea.
Hi, guys.
Oh my god, Cordy. Why did they come to that conclusion? I mean, this is so interesting because my memory is obviously of bits and pieces, and so I remember that there was a point where she was kind of like in a good, not good place because I remember I remember her talking to Fred, I think. But then I also remember something of her being like sort of like royalty-ish, and I wasn't sure which one came first, you know, the chicken or the egg, but I knew that somewhere along the way they were gonna something was gonna happen, but wow, okay. I mean, I love it. I love it. I too would want Cordelia to be my royalty. I don't understand how they made the jump from this is a curse to she's our ruler now. And before her, who was ruling? Who was going to, if they hadn't met her right now, who would have been sentencing them right now? Or did they have another ruler and they literally said, you're dethroned because we met a girl. Her name is Cordelia. You know what? That sounds more realistic. They meet Cordelia and then they say, fuck whatever government we do have. We are going to be worshiping this woman. I get it. I respect it. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a really weird experience for me to be watching this show completely differently. Like, there were so many like moments and things that I don't remember. And I have to say that one of the most heartbreaking things this episode is seeing Angel be so happy. Like, they are stuck in like a sort of like hell dimension, but the fact that he could like enjoy the sun, I think is so devastating. I'm so predictable, but I hate to say it, but it does remind me of I Will Remember You. It reminds me of that idea of Angel being so caught up with the idea of being human and so in love with it. And I think that like this moment right here was like proof of that to me. Proof that he would do anything to be human. You know, that this is like his one, I would say, like dream. Seeing him enjoy the sun so much actually really made me connect to like the pandemic for some reason. And just the fact that like staying at home during the pandemic and the thought of like, you know, even though you could see the sun outside, not feeling it in your face, I think is very different. And maybe this is just because I was feeling very claustrophobic because I was in New York for a lot of the time. But like there's something so different about like actually standing in the sun, not just seeing it, standing in the sun, feeling it in your face. Like I actually kind of get it. And I feel like if I had watched this before the pandemic, I don't think I would have had that connection. It's interesting that Angel showing like he has no hope is what makes Gunn want to help. Because I figured that if I got a message like that in which my boss was so certain that we were like sort of not going to make it, I would be like, okay, well, I'm glad I dodged that bullet. But I like that Gunn is just so selfless in the sense that he's like, if he's going down, I need to go down with him. I definitely feel like this is clouded by what happened, you know, in the last episode. I think that was really big for him. And I think that a part of it was maybe that and the fact that like he wasn't there for like his old crew and then look at what happened. And so now I think that seeing how his new crew was not exactly feeling the strongest right now, I think he knew that he was going to regret it if he didn't go. And so I thought that was a really interesting storyline for Gunn. We gotta talk about Fred. We have to talk about Fred. She spoke words. Exciting. I love it. I'm excited. I'm happy. I did not remember Fred being this like emotionally scarred. And I think it makes sense. I mean, obviously she's been living there for so long that like a part of her thinks that she was born there. Like she doesn't remember the real life at all. So this is going to be a very interesting adaptation period for her once they're able to get her back. I don't know. She was so different than what I remembered. And I didn't think that she was going to be because I have such an image of Fred in my head as somebody who's like so delicate and polite and just like kind. And I think that right now what I saw was somebody in like deep pain, and I feel like I've always seen Fred as somebody like kind of like happy and upbeat, and right now it just seemed like a very sad version of Fred where she says like, I didn't even remember I could laugh. I'm like, girl, this is upsetting. I don't know, it kind of makes me in a way hopeful that we're gonna see like a whole character progress for her. Pylea in general, what a place. I mean, your town is run by Shrek. That should already tell you something, you know. And these other like hoodie people, I don't know how to even describe them. They just kind of remind me of like the crew that was going after Buffy. I'm sorry, I just genuinely cannot stop thinking about Buffy. I will find ways to make this connect to Buffy just because Buffy is on my mind all the time lately. So I apologize, but actually I don't. Those like soldiers who kept coming after Buffy, they were not the monks. I feel like I called them the monks at some point, but they're not them. The shit. I can't remember a single word that they used to describe them. But anyways, the people who were going after Buffy in 520, that's what they felt like to me. Except they were a little bit more like demonish, whereas the ones in Buffy were like human. I don't trust them. There's something about like hiding yourself with these robes that like, I don't know. And then also I'm like rewatching season 2 of Buffy right now, and I was watching Reptile Boy the other day, and so I was just like, I don't know, maybe this reminds me too much of like frat boys, you know, like those frat boys who were like wearing similar-ish robes. It's interesting that they have such like a different type of population because it's not just a bunch of Lorens, right? They have the lady who bought Cordelia, which by the way, This is the second time that they've tried to like sell off Cordelia in this show, and I genuinely feel like she is being sold for too little. It kind of upsets me. I get why she was offended, okay? She's worth quite a couple of pigs, at least. But anyways, this is not important commentary. What was I saying? The lady who bought Cordelia is like of a different species, I guess, than like the Lorns, which I don't even know what to call the green people, but you know. And then there are also the robe people, whereas I feel like on Earth, we're like just humans, right? I mean, of course humans can look different, but like we don't have like the different species, right? I guess we have like vampires. Would that be considered a different like species on Earth? I don't know. I felt like it was interesting because I kind of expected them to just have a bunch of Lorns, but then they have like different kinds of people too. I like the thoughts that's put into creating a whole new world. I think that's very interesting. Like the setting of this, you know, there was this one shot where they're like running across the town or whatever, and like they're sticking out so much just because they look so different than like everybody else. And I don't know, it felt so cool to have them be in such a different environment that like I feel like you would not genuinely expect them to be in. It's so like past meets present. They definitely did feel like intruders. And at this point, like, can you blame these people for like trying to go after the humans? It's not that I'm trying to empathize with the demon people, but realistically, do you really think if aliens came to the Earth right now, oh, I'm getting very like conspiracy theory-ish, do you guys think that they would be like well received? I think people would be scared. I think people would lock them up until they got some answers and stuff. So like, did they come off a little bit strong? Were they trying to kill the squad? Were they a little bit very rude? Yes, but then at the same time, it's just like, how can they trust that these random people came with good intentions? You know, they could very much be coming to Pylea to like, I don't know, stir shit up. I really enjoy this Lauren storyline because it just reminds me a lot, kind of like me a little, in the sense that like, I have been living in the US for like a couple of years now, not that many. You can move somewhere else, and for him, it's another dimension. For me, it's just moving to another country, and life can be completely different. And I understood his like reluctance of not wanting to go back, even though personally I'm very different because I love going to visit Brazil. I would understand that he doesn't want to go face these things that he left behind. And I was also so shocked to know that this was not his choice. The way that I saw it, I imagined that Lauren like worked his ass off to figure out how to like do a portal to come to Earth and stuff, but to know that it was all like pure coincidence makes it so interesting. I think his relationship with Pylea is what changes because I have a very different relationship to Brazil, but I do think that a lot of what he says about like his experiences moving to a different place, I think resonate with me in some ways, and I like making those connections. It's quite sad to think that like the reason that he doesn't want to go back is because he's sort of like holding out, because he knows that once he goes back and says goodbye, he's not going to have like a reason to go back ever. He maybe likes holding on to this idea that like, oh yeah, like I might go back one day, and I think that once he does, you know, then it's over. What can he do now? I don't know. I thought that was like a very kind of sad idea, and it's a point that lady brought up that I hadn't really thought about, and I was like, man, you are a genius. I want to know who this girl is. I really like her. I immediately connected with her. I think she was super interesting. You know, she kind of has some powers, so I think that she was like kind of different, I want to say. She just felt very mysterious, right? Because I don't know exactly what her powers are, but she was clearly not just like a regular human person. I want to see this character again. I don't know where she came from. I don't know how exactly she sort of like met Lauren and how that friendship was created, but all I know is I want more of her. I'm not sure how she would fit into the story, but hello, I'd like, welcome, please come in, tell me more. I don't know how exactly she would fit into the story, but I feel like she was actually a really like small but very interesting character. I liked her perspective on things, and I liked how open she was to Lauren. She was able to really get through to him, which I think says a lot considering how like opposed he was to going. And I like that it was also his choice, just like Gunn. You know, I like that Angel didn't like force anyone like at gunpoint of like, you gotta come with me. You know, he made everybody make those own decisions, even if he was nudging them quite a bit. I mean, we do have to talk about Angel and the fact that like he didn't even have to think that he wanted to save Cordy. And this is the man who spent what was it, like years or something in like a demon like hell dimension. He knows how bad those things can be. He knows that he could get stuck there for like years like he has before. And he is the first person to say that he doesn't care about the cost and that he would go and grab her anyways. I think that just shows what a mighty good man that is. I also want to amend my previous statement about the fact that I thought that the way that the Pyleans were... Is that a word? Pyleans? I am making this up, but I'm going going to stick to it. I'm not sure the Pyleans were the most receptive, like, towards Cordy, though. While the rest of the squad, I was like, sure, like, they're being a little bit extreme, but, like, okay, like, I understand that they're trying to, like, keep their place safe or something. I feel like with Cordy, they missed the mark on that one because they really went right to attacking her and selling her and enslaving her. And that part, I think, is completely wrong. Just absolutely, like, there's no excuses for what they did to Cordelia at all. Not that there is much of an excuse now that I'm thinking about it for what they did to, like, Angel, Gunn, and Wes either, but I do think that it's interesting how differently they treated Cordelia. I wonder if Angel can, like, use his vampire powers, by the way, because I know that, like, the sun is different or whatever, so, like, he can be under the sun, but I just wonder if that could affect the way that his powers are being used in Pylea. Like, what if, I don't know, because I just think of, like, Supergirl, which is, like, a terrible reference, and I apologize. But isn't the sun the thing that gives her the power or whatever? Isn't there something about that? I should know that. I've watched the show. And so it just made me wonder, like, because I don't think we've seen Angel put on his vampire face in Pylea yet. So I was just curious as to, like, okay, so he can be under the sun. What is the cost of that? Is there one? I don't know. They also did have a Wolfram and Hart mentioned this episode. It was quite, you know, small, but I was like, okay, I like that we're still talking about it. I like that he goes to think that, like, the idea of them messing with his property is, like, almost as scary to him as becoming Angelus, that he was like, yeah, this makes sense. This is the next natural step, is that they would make me go insane because, you know, finding properties in LA if they take this hotel away from me. I thought that was funny. I don't know. To me, it was just a way of the writers telling us that, like, you may not be seeing them, but don't worry, they are doing shit. And I was like, I kind of appreciate you telling me that, writers. I appreciate the concern. I'm just excited to see the next episode. You know, Cordelia as, like, the ruler. Yes, that is my land. Pylea, I am going to be going to the Paramount lot right now so that I can join you guys in worshiping Cordelia, because same. But in general, I thought it was a kind of really fun episode. Like, the humor was hilarious. Maybe because I wasn't so focused on, like, oh my god, are they going to be able to do this? Have we lost Cordelia? Maybe because I wasn't so stuck in my concerns, I was able to pay more attention to, like, each line individually. I think that made me realize how hilarious this episode is. And that's the thing. I don't know if this episode was just specifically funny, or I don't know if it's because my focus was switched. I just know that it really, really hit me. I thought it was hilarious. Everything that was happening, every character that was speaking, they were all doing so many amazing lines. And I think I felt that way in the last episode. I thought Lauren was hilarious, but I think Angel really stepped up his game this episode. I think he was awesome. I did not have the memory of Angel being such a hilarious and funny show, but for some reason, ever since I started it from the start, I was like, wow, they really, really got the humor. And I kind of just really like it. I feel like it really balances out with, like, this somber, melancholic tone of the show, the fact that they're so hilarious about it. So yeah, fun episode. Let's read the title of the next one. The next episode is called Through the Looking Glass. Okay. This makes me feel like it has something to do with, like, the portal. Whatever portal they're gonna find to go back to Earth. Maybe they have to look through a glass. This feels like it's an English expression that I'm kind of missing. Let me see if this is an expression. Pardon me, I'm going to Google this. Oh, wait, is this what Alice was? What? This is what Alice was called? I should know this. Not gonna lie, maybe I'm just really stupid, but I don't think I knew that. Or if I did, I forgot, which honestly wouldn't be surprising. So maybe I did know it. My phone fell. Whatever. Okay. Well, that makes sense, right? It's like, you know, they're definitely in I wouldn't say Wonderland, but definitely a different place. Wow. Okay. I kind of like it. Yes, I'm excited. I want to, you know, watch the next episode already. See Miss Cordelia ruling it all. I want to see more of Fred. I'm so ready for it. I want to be able to see her interact with the other characters and how that's going to go. I want to see if she's still going to be as insane. I don't want to say insane. That feels very rude. I want to see if she's still going to be as, I want to say crazy, but that's still not better, is it? I just kind of want to see how she's going to be with the other characters and if she's still going to be that different. But anyways, I thank you all so much for watching this with me. And I will see you guys in the next episode. So stay safe, big hugs, and I will see you then.